أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله ثم الصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن والاه ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم آمين أما بعد إن شاء الله في هذا اليوم نريد أن نتكلم عن الفعل في اللغة العربية أو نقول الفعل في النحو العربي. So the verb in Arabic language. So this is our topic for this week, inshallah. نعم. مرحبا بكم في رحلة مشوقة لفهم الفعل أحد أهم أركان الجملة العربية. سنتعلم معا كيف نميز الأفعال ونستخدمها بشكل صحيح. Welcome to an exciting journey to understand the verb, one of the most important pillars of the Arabic sentence. Together, we shall learn how to distinguish verbs and use them correctly. نعم. تعريف الفعل, definition of the verb. Because if we are saying that al-fi'lu, so al-fi'lu means verb. So we have two definitions here. We have terminologically and we have linguistically. The definition of al-fi'l istilahan, it is called terminology. While the definition of al-fi'l lugatan, it is called linguistically. So the first one we are going to read is lugatan, ta'riful fi'l lugatan, definition of the verb linguistically. Al-fi'lu fi lugati huwa al-hadasu aw al-amalu. The verb linguistically is the event or an action. Mislu ad-darbu wal kitaba wal akilu ay ma dalla ala udus shay'in fi zamanin ma, such as striking, writing, eating, and so on and so forth. All this, it indicates something occurring in a particular time. The example that they give us here, this is not a verb, but the meaning, like sitting, beating, writing, eating. That is the meaning. But this is not how the form of the verb it is going to look out. Now, definition of al-fi'l istilahan, which is terminologically, al-fi'lu huwa kalimatun tadullu ala adasin muqtarinin bizaman. The verb is a word indicating an event associated with time. Yadullu ala al-kitaba fil madi, such as kataba indicates writing in the past. Yaktubu yadullu ala al-kitaba fil hadir. Yaktubu indicates writing in the present. Now, we have some question here. Su'al, ma huwa al-fi'l lugha? The answer is here already. The second question, ma al-farqu bayna at-ta'rif al-lughawi wa at-ta'rif al-istilahi? The answer is here as well also. Now, الآن ننتقل إلى أقسام الفعل الثلاثة. Now we are going to move on to the three types of verb. ينقسم الفعل في اللغة العربية إلى ثلاثة أقسام رئيسية، وكل قسم يدل على زمن مختلف. The verb in Arabic divided into three main types, each indicating a different time. The first one here we have al-fi'l al-madi, which is past tense. Al-fi'l al-mudari', which is present tense. The last one is fi'l al-amr, which is command form, or you call it imperative tense. So fi'l al-madi, it is the one that indicates about the past. Yadulu ala adasin waqa'a wa inta'a, indicates a completed action. For an example, kataba talibu. Kataba here, it is what? It is the verb. The student wrote. Wrote, that is what? That is past tense. Past tense, it indicates something that we have already done in the past. an action that has been done. الفعل المضارع present tense يدل على حدث يقع الآن أو في المستقبل، يعني يقع في الحاضر أو المستقبل. مضارع which is present tense indicates current or future action. مثل يكتب الطالب, example, the student writes with S, or writing, or will write, something that you are doing or that you are going to do later. That is present tense, which is fi'l mudari. And the last one is fi'l amr, command form, or you call it imperative tense. Yadul hala talabin wuku'il hadath, indicates requesting an action. For an example, uktubu darsa, write the lesson. Write, that is there. It is an action word. Which is what? Which is fi'l amr, command. Now, so here again we have some question as well. Now we are moving to al-fi'l al-madi. So today we are going to talk about al-fi'l al-madi only. Now the past tense in details. Al-fi'l al-madi wa ma dalla ala hadathin waqa'a fi zaman al-madi. That is the definition. Wa ma dalla ala hadathin waqa'a fi zaman al-madi. So وغالبا ما يبنى على الفتح. هذا النوع من الأفعال مهم جدا لأنه يستخدم للحديث عن الأحداث التي تمت. The past tense verb indicates an event that occurred in past time and is generally built on fatha, opening. This type of verb is very important because it is used to speak about events that have been completed. مثال, for an example, يعني مثال تطبيقي, practical example. Now, جاء محمد, Muhammad came, or Muhammad arrived. As you can see the action here, came or arrived, which means he already came, he already arrived. That is the past. So جاء فعل ماض يدل على حدوث المجيء في الماضي. جاء in this example, a past tense verb indicating the occurrence of coming in the past. Here again we have some question, as you can see. Now, here we have 20 مثالا للفعل الماضي. We have 20 examples of fi'l madi, different types. 20 examples of past tense verbs. فيما يلي قائمة ب20 فعلا ماضيا مع معانيها بالإنجليزية لتسهيل الفهم والحفظ للطلبة. Below is a list of 20 past tense verbs with their English meaning to facilitate understanding and memorization for students. Now, here we have kataba, wrote, qara'a, read, zahaba, went, jalasa, is sat. You can put e, or to. Now, let us use e because we are talking about past tense. Kataba, he wrote. Qara'a, he read. Zahaba, he went. Jalasa, he sat. Nahado, he stood up. Akala, he ate. Sheriba, he drank. Nama, he slept. Fahima, he understood. Semi'a, he had. These are some another question. Now, al-mazid min al-amsila. We say have more example. Now, here, Karaja, he went out. Dakhala, he entered. Naja'a, he succeeded. Fashila, he failed. Qala, he said. Fa'ala, he did. Masha, he walked. Bada'a, he started. Nasiya, he forgot. Sami'a, he forgave. Samaha, he forgave. Now, هذه الأفعال تستخدم يوميا في حديثاتنا وكتاباتنا. وإتقانها يساعد على تحسين اللغة. These verbs are used daily in our speech and writing, and mastering them helps improve language skill. Now, here we are going to talk about the structure of past tense. Bina'ul fi'l al-madi. How are we going to be identify fi'l al-madi maybe in a given sentence? Or maybe they give us some verbs. You know, we have three types of verbs. We have madi, mudari'un, amr, past, present, and command, which is imperative. How are we going to identify madi, which is past, from the other? Now, it said, الفعل الماضي مبني دائما مبني دائما أي لا يكون معربا ويبنى على ثلاث آلات حسب ما يتصل به من ضمائر. The past tense verb is always constructed مبني, which is built, meaning is not declined, which is more. It is built on three cases depending on which pronouns are attached to it. We have some pronouns that they used to attach with verb. Pronoun is called abdoma'il. Now, here we have al-binawu al-fati, built on fatiha. We used to build fi'l madi, past tense, on fatiha. When إذا لم يتصل به شيء أو اتصلت به تاء تانيث أو ألف الاثنين, which means when we are going to be saying that fi'l madi mabniyu ala al-fatihi, when nothing is attached, or when ta'u tanis or alifu ithnain, which is alifu dua, is attached. Mislu kataba. This is example of when nothing is not attached to it. Kataba, this is when ta'u tanis attached to it. Kataba, this is example of when alifu dua of dua attached to it. Al-binawu ala dhammi. This is a place where we are going to be saying that fi'l madi mabniyu ala dhammi, which means fi'l madi is no longer to end with fatha anymore. When this harfu already attached to it, we are going to say fi'l madi mabniyu ala dhammi. When either tasalat bi wawul jama'a, when wawul jama'a, plural masculine pronoun, is attached, which is katabu. As you can see, you can't see the fatha again. It's end with dhamma. The last one is albinawu ala sukun. We used to build fi'l madi ala sukun. Idha tasalat bi ta'u al-fa'il aw na al-fa'ilin aw nun niswa. Ta'u al-fa'il, there are three. The subject ta, the after fatha ta keswati, ta number 2. Like katabtu, katabta, katabti. All these ta, they are ta'ul fa'il. The subject ta. They are pronoun and they are representing noun because we use a pronoun instead of a noun. Now, katabna, which is na al-fa'ilin, when na al-fa'ilin attached to it, or nunun niswa attached to it, katabna, nunun niswa, it is used for female. Now, so here we are going to discuss about the i'rabul fi'l madi, passing the past tense verbs. عندما تعرب الفعل الماضي نذكر أنه فعل ماضي مبني ثم نحدد علامة البناء حسب ما اتصل به. When we are past the past tense verb, we mention that it is a past tense constructed verb. Then we determine the construction marked according to what is attached to it. Now, al-qa'idatul ama, general rule is al-fi'lu madi mabniyu ala asaba akirihi, either mabniyu ala al-fatihi or mabniyu ala dhammi or mabniyu ala sukun. The past tense verb are a past tense verb constructed according to its ending, which is fatiha or dhamma or sukun. Wa yudhkaru ba'dahu al-fa'il marfu'an aw dhamiran muttasilan. Then the subject is mentioned after it, So in the nominative case, as an or as an attached pronoun. Now, so أمثلة على الإعراب. Example of person. فيما يلي ثلاثة أمثلة كاملة لإعراب جمل تحتوي على أفعال ماضية في شرح تفصيلي لكل كلمة. Below are the three complete examples of past sentences containing past tense verbs with detailed explanation of each word. Al-Muthal al-Awwal, we have kataba talibu darsa. Here, our verb is kataba, which is fi'l madi. The student wrote the lesson. So kataba fi'l madi mabniyu ala al-fathi, which means past verb built on fatha. At-talibu here is what? Fa'il marfu'u bi dhamma, subject in nominative case. Why al-darsa is maf'ulun bi mansub al-fatha, an object which is accusative. The second one here is katabat at-talibatu al-wajiba. Katabat talibatu al-wajiba. The reason why we post this star utanis asakina, here we did not put this star. The reason why is that this star, we normally use it to differentiate between the masculine gender and the feminine gender. For the masculine, we are going to say kataba, he wrote. But the feminine, we are going to add the ta to differentiate between the masculine and the feminine. So it is going to be katabat, she wrote. Now, so katabat talibatul wajiba, the female student wrote the homework. So katabat fi'l madhi mabniyu ala al-fatihi. It was mistake. The right mabni ala sukun. It was mistake. So the example they want to give us here is example of where we are going to be saying that fi'l madi mabniyu ala sukun. That is the example they want to give us, but they made a mistake here. It is this you're supposed to say that katabuna at-talibati al-wajiba. Katabuna at-talibati. Now, so katabuna una, it is going to be fi'l madi mabniyu ala sukun. Why? Litisol bi inun niswa. Now, so the last one is mithalu thalith. Katabu ad-darsa. So katabu fi'l madi mabniyu ala dhammi litisol bi wa al-jama'a. Wal wa dhamiru muttasilun fi mahalli rafi fa'il. Now, so خلاصة الدرس lesson summary. لقد تعلمنا في هذا الدرس المهم عن الفعل الماضي تعريفه أقسامه بنائه وإعرابه. نرجو أن تكونوا قد استخدمتم واستمتعتم بالتعلم. We have learned in this important lesson about the past tense verb, its definition, types, construction, and passing. We hope you have benefited and enjoyed learning. We learn Aksamul Fi'l, the three. We learn Amsilatu Ta'allamnaha, the 20 examples. Alatu Libina, the three types. Ta'riful Fi'l, the definition. We talk about Fi'l Madi and we discuss about Bina'u, the construction. Now, Assalamu alaikum.